right. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
January. We're in January.
We're in January, yes.
And we had a good break. Today's January 8th, but this episode will be coming out next week.
Yes.
January 13th.
Oh.
So welcome to our 9th episode, Two Sisters in Business.
We're
And
here.
we're kicking off 2025, and we're so excited. Welcome to our weekly therapy chat.
Legit,
I was
which
thinking-
is much needed after
I
the
know.
holidays.
Much needed. I know. I was thinking this morning, like maybe we should have called it Two Sisters in Therapy. It's just a weekly therapy gab.
I know. I did see a meme at one point. I think I sent it to you. That was like, you need to talk, or you need therapy to talk, or
Yeah.
talking to your
Yes.
sister is therapy, but then sometimes you need therapy after talking to your sister.
Yes,
too.
exactly. So we might need to pay for therapy after this free podcast.
All good.
Anyway, it's 2025, and we had our first drop of the season yesterday.
Yeah, it was a
Very-
great drop.
Yes.
People were very excited about it.
Yes, and our Boardwalk and Scallop was the best seller, which sold out.
It sold out very quickly
Whenever that
last
was.
year, so
Yeah.
we decided to bring it back because there was such a demand for it.
Yes.
And it continues to
And it was
sell
the number one.
like crazy.
I know. We still have a lot left because we made a lot.
Yeah.
We knew the ladies would want it, so
Right.
you're not missing out if you.
And it's
want
good.
it.
It's in our terry fleece,
Yes.
which is it's a little bit more lighter weight, and it has the scallop
yes
stripe print.
Yeah.
So it's good to bring you into the
So
spring
cute.
too.
So good for spring too.
Yeah.
And then I'm wearing our Fraser pullover in navy, which I really love, and we also
awesome.
have this in cream, which I was wearing earlier today. So I
Took
think I
one
like
Fraser
the
off,
style.
put the other one
yeah. I did. I didn't realize it until just now. And then our Palm Bay pant dropped in navy, which is doing really well and is so good. I hope we can
Yeah.
continue to grow our pants.
I
business.
know. I think our pants are great. I actually ordered the navy ones.
Yeah,
And I also
good.
added black. We still have black in stock, so
Yes.
I added a second pair of black.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, good for
Because,
you.
I mean,
Yeah, they're really good.
I'm gonna wear them every day.
I know. And someone, or Kelly on our team, we were discussing yesterday how our new pants are almost like a jeans alternative. Like we have a new pant coming out, I think this month, called the Melrose pant, which is longer, kind of like a little flare at the bottom, and it has a seam on the front.
Right.
And those are, I would rather wear those than jeans right now. They're
Yeah.
so comfortable,
Well,
and they're
especially
really,
after the
really
holidays.
stylish. Yeah, especially for the
A little
holidays.
elastic waist would be nice.
Much better than these tight, high-waisted jeans I chose today. They're feeling a little snug.
No, but they're super comfortable, and you can wear them to work. You can wear
Yes.
them to work out. I mean, you
Yeah.
can wear them to work out,
They're
really.
just
But
so
because they're
comfortable.
athletic fabric.
I wore them down on the plane to Florida.
Oh, I did too. I wore the Palm Bay down to Florida. It was perfect.
Yeah, it was great. Anyway, so that was the drop yesterday. It was awesome. And then next week we have the Catalina jacket, which I can't stop talking about, and wearing. And I wore it to the office yesterday and got flack from everybody because I've worn it a lot.
I'm surprised you're not wearing it today.
I know. It's
Was
hard
it
not to
hard?
wear it. I'm telling you, this jacket. So if you're a lady out there who wears those puff coats that have short sleeves, I don't have one. I love the way. I think it looks so cool and cute. This is like that, but in fleece. Like
Yes.
it serves the same purpose.
Well, I like how you said, because it is 3/4 length sleeve.
Yes.
So I was a little nervous about it, but you were like, but now you can wear a jacket over it.
Yes.
So like really cold days like today, it's just an extra layer.
Yes, and it
under
looks
a
so
jacket.
cute in the office yesterday. Like
Yeah.
I felt cozy in the office and warm,
Right.
but it wasn't too much. I wasn't
Yeah.
wearing a jacket, you know.
And our office was cold yesterday,
Our
so you
office-
needed it.
the heat was not working in our building yesterday.
Who's not paying the bills?
No, I know. Oh God.
Just kidding.
Anyway, so that's part of the drop next week. There's more coming next Tuesday. I think we have pretty much weekly drops now.
We do.
Throughout the summer.
Yeah.
Through the end of the year. And our 10-year anniversary, which we've talked about ad nauseum, is
Hey
this
guys,
year.
did you know we're 10 years old now?
I kept saying to Gaki, should we talk about 2025 year or 10-year? And she just said, I think we're done on that topic. So,
But
so we're
it's
gonna
10
move
years
on.
all year, so you'll hear about it
I
again.
know. That's what I'm saying. And we're planning, to have a big celebration.
Yeah.
But anyway, okay. So those are the drops this week and next week. And then I thought we could recap our breaks,
I
which
know.
I don't really feel like talking
So
about.
this is
but
launching January 13th, but this is our first recording
Yes.
after the new year. So think about where we are right now. We just got back from our trips with our trips, literally
Yeah,
not
they were trips.
vacations,
They were not
with
vacations.
our family.
Yeah.
Kids are back into school finally this week and getting back
Thank
into the
goodness
routine.
they're back. Yeah, they
I know.
needed to go back. They were ready. They
Yeah.
were so grouchy Monday morning, but
I know.
it was just good. Good to get out.
I know.
Back to 13.
We have tutoring Monday after school,
Oh.
and we go to our local library with the teacher, and we were walking out,
At the
the
end of
teacher
the
goes,
day.
I know, today was interesting. It's hard to get back into it on Mondays.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know, especially after the break, whatever. So,
Yeah.
kids were not feeling it. But
No, not
I think
feeling it.
today, it's Wednesday.
Yeah, it was good today.
Yeah,
It was
today was
better
good.
this morning. Yeah. No, so we both went down to Florida for New Year's, I guess, like right after Christmas, and it was bad. It was. I wish we had better stories, but we really don't, because everyone in my family had the
Yeah.
stomach bug.
I know. Oh
And
my gosh.
you guys, once it hit us, I feel like I didn't see
We
you.
were on high alert
You
because
went
we were
away.
trying to not see Lauren, which is a
To
bummer
get
because
sick,
the kids
yeah.
were so excited to see each other.
I know.
And even this morning, Jake, my little one, was watching Peppa Pig, or
Yeah.
no, was it Peppa Pig? Yeah, and they were with their cousins, and they were like, "See you next Thursday." They see each other every Thursday, and JJ was like, "They're lucky. We see our cousins once a year."
Oh my god. We need to get better about that.
Yeah, so they were all excited about coming, to going to Florida together.
I know.
And
It's
then
really the
disaster
highlight of
struck.
disaster struck, you guys. And Big Time Adulting, whom I love, posted that funny video. She posted a video over break
Yes,
saying
yeah.
just a warning to people that don't have kids that you're either going to have the stomach bug, be in fear of the stomach bug, or wonder when you're getting it, or that was
Yeah.
the gist of it. And that was the nature of our of our break, was
Oh
who's
my
going to go
gosh.
down next.
Well, you always have such trouble traveling after Christmas. Your family, for
Yeah.
some reason, has bad
I
luck with
know.
it. We always go to Florida every year, but I feel
Yeah.
like you.
It's something in the air.
A flight got canceled one year, and I don't
We
know.
had to cancel that trip. Yeah.
Last year, you decided not to even do it.
It just, we're like, let's have a staycation because we had bad luck with this.
Yeah.
And then this year,
This
what
year,
happened? Yeah.
You got on the flight, and I was like, "They're coming."
We did it, and our
yes!
flight was on time.
Everything was working
I
out.
know. And then, should I tell the story? I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it was so bad. It was one of the worst flights it was probably the worst flight. I mean, I've had bad flights with kids, but this one was the worst. And not because my kids threw up, but because a gentleman behind us, an older man, whom I feel bad saying anything,
Yeah.
bad about the guy, because who knows what he was going through, but he didn't even get up to go to the bathroom. He just threw up all over his seatmates and the seats, and it got on the guys in front of him. My husband was in front of him, and Graham had to move back in the back of the plane.
So gross.
But the kids and I were kind of on the other side of the plane, still close, but we didn't move anywhere because we weren't impacted by it. But that's definitely where we got the stomach bug. I can't imagine where else. And this guy did not look healthy. He was not in good shape, and he was alone, and he was sitting next to a young girl. Well, she was 25, so not too young, but in my mind, young.
Yeah.
And she was alone, and she handled it so well.
I mean, good for her. I would have lost it.
And honestly, I actually went to the restroom later in the flight, and I stopped her, and I was like, I just want to say that you handled that really well, that many other people would not have been so calm, because she was covered and had to help him. She had to help him because he was so. I thought we were gonna have to make an emergency landing. I saw the whole thing happen, and I was like, well, we're gonna have to land in DC, or because we had just taken off.
I don't know.
So that was really
Well,
jarring.
yeah, so I was so excited that you got on the flight, and then an hour later you texted me from the flight.
Yes.
And I was like,
oh my God.
no.
I know. You were obviously my first text. And I was like, you are never going to believe what just happened. You're just not going to believe it. And then the best was that the service came around, the flight attendants with the drink cart, and it was only 10 a.m. And the woman was like, can I get you anything to drink? And I was like, I just need a Bloody Mary. I need a Bloody Mary, please. I'm doing it. And she gave me 2 things. She was like, here you go. I know. This has been a bad flight. She had to help the guy.
Yeah.
These flight attendants, I can't imagine what they see.
She probably had one herself.
I know. I was like, can you take this other one? Because this is not good at all. And it's the smell, everything was just so bad.
Gosh.
I did not drink both of them, for the record. I drank one, and it definitely
Put one in your pocket
took
for
the
later.
Yeah. I didn't put it in my bag. I was like, maybe I'll need this on the flight home. But it definitely made the rest of the flight a little better, which I hate to say, but it was just so bad.
Oh my gosh.
And the kids, luckily, George saw what was going on, but he didn't it didn't click with him because he was just watching a movie, so
Yeah.
he didn't really know what was going on. But then when we landed, like, I was just like, get us off the flight.
Yeah.
Like, get us off. And then I just crossed my fingers that that man had food poisoning, and he did not.
Yeah, so
Anyway,
your
it's bad out
kids
there.
got hit.
Yeah.
We were trying to avoid your kids.
Yeah.
And you.
And us, which I didn't blame
It's
you.
like, bye, Lauren.
Like, stay away from our family. And we were all staying in the same house, so it wasn't that
Yeah,
easy, you
no.
know? Yeah. And it just put a damper on
So
it,
I don't know
sure.
if you guys know about this, but we have a hack for trying to avoid the stomach bug.
yes.
And it's apple cider vinegar and grape juice.
Yes.
So the entire trip, my mom is like so on this. She's like,
Yeah.
did you have your apple cider vinegar and grape juice
Yes.
yet? And like forcing it on, and like even the kids.
The
and
kids
it
were
tastes
taking
so
little
bad.
shots of it. Yeah.
But the kids
so bad.
or my kids at least, were taking it.
But you guys didn't get it.
We didn't get it. James got hit a little bit, but it was
Yeah.
like
Not
very
as
small
bad.
and not
Yeah.
as bad. Like
Thank
his
God.
energy and appetite took a while to come back, but he was okay,
Yeah.
thankfully.
Thank God.
And
yeah.
no one else got it.
Oh.
But we were being very
I
diligent
think
about
there's
that.
something to be said about it.
At least
because-
it like prolongs you get it. I don't know.
Yeah.
It maybe shortens it, or I don't know. I
Yeah.
think it helps.
Yeah.
For sure.
I know. So we tried to do that, Graham and I, but I think we were too close
You were
to
too
it.
into
It just
it.
was
Yeah.
not. It was too late, probably.
Yeah.
And I was, I was exposed as same as the kids. So
Right.
It wasn't like I was going to prevent anything.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Something to be said
Something
about
to be said
that.
about
All natural fight against the stomach bug, because honestly, as a parent and mom, as a grandparent, like anyone will try anything. I'll do anything to avoid the stomach
Yeah,
bug. Take
it's
shots of
terrible.
apple cider vinegar, sure, that's easy,
Right.
like, no problem, because it's just so bad. Anyway.
I know. So
It was
that
an interesting
happened.
trip, yeah.
And then, I mean, my family was dealing with some things too. Like, I had a very bad sinus infection while down there
Yes,
too. And then
everyone was sick.
John got like stung by something at the beach,
Yes.
so we had to go to urgent care to get antibiotics for an skin
Literally,
rash, and
every
I
day
don't
there was
know,
something
everything
wrong.
was happening.
Like when I came down, oh my god, I came down that day from helping the kids,
Yeah.
and you and John were gone, and I was like, oh, did they go on a date? Did they go to lunch? And Mom goes, no, they went to urgent care. I was like, what is wrong with us right now? Here I was like happy that you guys were out in the sun.
we went on a date.
Maybe you went to
urgent care.
lunch. Yeah, no, went to urgent care.
Oh my
I was like,
gosh.
this is a
So
disaster
ridiculous.
zone right now.
And then on the way home, our flight was delayed 8+ hours.
Oh my God.
So we were in this crowded airport. It was literally the most crowded airport I've ever been in, and I'm sure there were people around me that had the stomach virus. So we were like
Yes.
squeezed in this little corner. I was like, don't touch anything, don't do
Don't touch
anything,
anything,
just
yeah.
stay on your iPads. Like
Yeah.
literally the kids watch iPad all day.
Yeah,
But
that's all.
so the
What
only
else
way
are
we
you
could
going to do?
Yeah. And then my mom was like, you should just turn around and come back home. And I'm like, no.
I know.
We're good.
Come home to you people who are all sick. Like, no thanks. We gotta get out of
So
there.
we stuck it out, and we didn't get home till 11:30 on New Year's Eve.
Oh my god, that's right.
And so then John and I like stayed up for the ball drop because it was
Yeah.
11:30,
Oh my
and we
gosh,
were
you
like,
almost like could have seen
cheers.
you almost could have seen or not? Is it Macy's? The fireworks in New York City? No.
Oh.
No, that's 4th of July. I was thinking the fireworks.
The
They have
ball drop.
fireworks, the ball drop. I was thinking they have fireworks. They don't.
No.
That's the wrong time of year.
Wait,
That's-
but I think they do set off some fireworks.
Do they? I don't know. I was just thinking you could
I
have
don't
flown
know.
over the city on
Coming
New Year's
from people
Eve.
who haven't stayed
Yeah.
up to midnight in a while.
Our bedtimes are really clearly. I barely even seen the
Oh
4th
my
of July
gosh.
fireworks.
But yeah, so we got home at 11:30 and stayed up for the ball drop, and we were like,
Yeah,
cool.
this is-
Now what?
Now what do we do? Guess we'll go to bed now. We just wasted the whole day.
Yeah.
It's just kind of gone after sitting in the small airport. That airport does not have much going on.
No,
either.
and
Yeah.
there's one restaurant, and everyone was like, well,
Yeah.
at least go get a beer at the bar. And I'm
You
like,
can't even do that.
can't even do that. The
No.
line to get a beer was ridiculous.
Yeah.
So.
How did people even? I mean, was it? Because then if you're delayed, you're not going to leave the table, probably. Really.
Yeah, I know.
No turnover.
So we just sat in our seats and got Sbarro pizza. the
One
whole
thing
time.
I
and Lunchables at the little Hudson News or whatever it's called in Florida.
That's all that was. You guys handled that really well, I have to say, because the kids all were fine and you got
They
home
did a
and
great
everything.
job. It was
Yeah.
John.
Yeah. As it usually is, the husbands get the
I know, he would
or
probably
the
say
other
me, but I was
child,
trying to
yeah.
like be positive and whatever.
Yeah.
It was fine. We got
and
through
that's
it.
like one of those things where they kept pushing the time back. So like you part of you probably thought we'll go back, but no, we'll just stick it out. We'll just stick it out. We'll just stick it out. And then by the time you take off,
I know. And then you're in it for 4 hours, and you're like, well, we might as well.
We've already waited.
We've wasted this long. Yeah, exactly. So.
Oh, so frustrating.
So our trips.
Oh my
were great.
gosh! Wow. I'm sorry about all of this. We have to just look back at the trips that went well, I guess, and think like they're not all going to be great.
Well,
and perfect.
No, they're not. And you said that. Like, we're planning a family trip to Hawaii, and Lauren's like, well, we just have to know that something's going to go wrong.
Yes.
And
kind
manage
of
your
that.
Expectations.
Right. And just know that,
That's how you fly with kids these days.
Yeah, exactly.
And a group.
I know, when it's a group, there's more chances someone's going to get sick or go to urgent care. I don't know. It's such a disaster. Something's going to happen.
Oh my gosh. But I feel like now, just going back to, like, getting back to the routine, and, like, Wednesday of this week, we woke up and, like, Mom and Dad got sick eventually. Yeah. So, but they're like coming back to life, and like Mom went to a book club last night, and Dad's playing golf today, and like we're all texting this morning and being like, life is good now.
Like all of a sudden,
we came out of the fog, and now it's like,
you feel so good, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like, wow, I can see people. Right. Like, I can like go out.
I can function.
Be out in the world. I'm like alive. Like I literally felt the same way. I was like, I'm alive. I'm here. I'm still a person. Because I felt so bad. So there is that kind of joy after, I guess, which we appreciate. Oh, man. Anyway, traveling with kids, with children, and having children is just part of it, I guess. And if your marriage can survive that.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. In the airport, I went to a charging station and was charging my phone because we're there all day.
Yeah.
And I heard like couples fighting over here, being like, she needs to nap now. No, she needs to eat now.
God, that's
going
the worst
back
when
and
they're
forth.
That young.
And I'm like, oh gosh.
Yeah. Oh, like
I feel you guys.
I know. We've all been there. It's so hard. I know. Oh my gosh, and dealing with sick kids when you're married is so hard. It's so hard. Anyway, so marriages survived.
Yes.
And we all survived. Okay, so it's 2025, and we always talk about how people in January and like marketing messages, because we talk about marketing a lot, obviously. It's always like new year, new you, and we kind of always joke about that because why do we have to start over?
Right.
You know, what's the point?
Can we go new year, old you?
Yeah.
Like, can I be 25 again?
New year, old you. Let's go back in time. Yeah, let's reverse age and like not try to do this whole thing where we're changing everything. And so we always laugh about that, both with our Dudley Stevens team and us, and how, you know, it's never like new year, new you. It's just whatever. It's January. There's so many funny things out on Instagram right now about how terrible January is. And like,
oh my gosh.
You know, it's so long and it's freezing where we are.
Yeah, it's
and
freezing, and you deal with a stomach bug. And
like, just everything
the month
hits.
Feels like it's a year long.
Yeah. And then some people do dry January and like, you know, and I feel like we're kind of doing a damp January.
Damp.
Yeah. We've
Well,
talked about
I was going to do
bit.
dry January, and then we're going down to Austin with a bunch of college friends, and John and I were like, well, we can't do dry January with college friends. It doesn't really work.
Yeah. In Austin? Like,
so, dry January, or damp January it is.
Yeah, damp January. Which I think I like. I don't know.
I do too. It's all about balance. I feel like, and I started doing this thing with, I'm limiting my screen time. So Instagram, I have an hour limit on Instagram every day.
Yes, perfect.
And it's all about balance. Like, I feel like if you cut things out totally, then it's like the reverse effect where it's like a seesaw. Like, you come back full force.
Totally.
Whereas if you can still dabble in it a little bit, like,
you're not
have
gonna
a glass of wine here and there.
Right. You're not going to, like, binge drink on February 1st.
Exactly.
Or, like, you know, go all out. Not that we would do that. I mean, but yeah, it's like just kind of pull back.
Yeah.
And here
Which
and
I
there.
think is just needed in January after the holidays in general.
Yes.
So,
I agree. I totally agree. I like that 1 hour on Instagram.
Honestly, it's been really good.
Because we still need Instagram for business. Like, and I actually get news from Instagram, and I love inspiration and all that. So, like, I need time on it.
Yeah.
But I don't need more than an hour. So I might do that too.
It's been really good. And then it kind of makes you realize how much time you spend on Instagram and how much other things you can get done when you're not on Instagram.
Yes. I know.
It's like you have more time in the day.
Reading more books. Isn't that one of yours that you want to?
Yes.
You always read anyway, but I feel like that's a good one.
Well, it's just something that's on my resolution list every year, just to read.
Yes. Wait, so what did you just finish now? You finished something,
I finished
right?
all 4.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
so weird.
That's a weird book.
I loved it.
I mean, it's good, but it was a little outside my comfort zone, I have to say.
If you're listening to this and you end up reading it because I said I loved it, don't judge me for liking it. It's definitely
Well, it's very timely in our life, like talking about perimenopause and all that stuff, which is interesting, and like finding yourself.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
So the underlying story is good, but the actual story is an interesting one.
Yeah, very interesting. I'm so fascinated by the author of that, Maria July, too. I follow her on Instagram. And I signed up for her Substack, too. So clearly I'm a fan.
Yes, really.
Anyway, so that was a good one. I'm reading Pickup right now, which is so good. Oh, it's so good. I'm a little over halfway through it, and part of it takes place on an island in Turks and Caicos. Oh. And it's like a love story. Okay. And I feel like I'm in Turks and Caicos. Oh, wow. That I'm not actually in cold Connecticut. That's what we need right now. Yeah. Oh,
so that's a good January
I don't know how it ends. Obviously, I'm only a little over halfway through, but I really am enjoying it right now. If you need a book to like
It's
escape.
on my list. Yeah.
So those are good. Those are good ones. Wait, so what are you reading next?
I just downloaded Real Americans.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you,
Jennifer recommended that. Yeah.
Recommendation.
That's on my list, too. Yep.
Yeah. And I haven't started it yet, so we'll see.
Okay, maybe I'll read that next. Okay, so 2025 resolutions, new year, new you. But we're going to call this New Year, New Dudley, I think, this episode. Because we have so many new Dudleys coming out.
We do.
And, just excited about them. So New Year, New Dudley. We're not changing our lives too much. But resolutions like reading, I feel like that's... I don't have a list, really, but...
I also feel about resolutions, like, everyone jokes about how they don't last all year.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
But, like, at least you do them for a little while.
Right. Better than nothing.
It's better than nothing.
Yeah, totally. I think those, like, social media time limits, I'm going to do that. I'm going to put an hour on and see how that goes.
That's a good one.
And reading more. And then I was thinking, too, about this morning, knowing we were going to talk about this. And Reese Witherspoon posted on her Instagram account a few days, and it was like so comforting. I love her, obviously, but she said, "I want to do less," and like,
this is like simplifying.
Yes, that's why I was going to bring it up because I think that's kind of a trending theme.
It's a niche theme.
It's a niche. It's a little niche.
A little niche.
So we're going to do less, and I feel like it's not necessarily doing less, right? Because we still. She's a mom, and look what she does. I mean, she's doing all the things. But I feel like it's doing less with more. Like, trying to have more in your life and more enriching things and focusing on them and simplifying them and, like, doing less in the hamster wheel to keep it all going.
Right.
I don't know if that makes sense, but that's kind of where my head is at right now.
Well, it's kind of like, don't put too much pressure on yourself.
Right,
like, simplify the stress.
Yes,
if you will. Like,
I
don't know, like we always talk about our kids in sports and I mean, my kids play lacrosse and there's like so much lacrosse to be played and like if you don't do one clinic you feel like you're missing out.
Yeah.
But like just do what you can and simplify it a little bit. Like don't put the stress on yourself to like keep up with
that you're missing something because you're not.
Yeah.
I mean, it feels like we are, but we're probably not.
Right.
Yeah. I know, and I feel like that, like, do less and simplifying. Like, we did a big house purge right before we went down to Florida, so at least we had that going for us over the break, minus the crazy trip. But it just felt so good, and it definitely goes in line with the simplifying. And we're going to donate all these toys that the kids just don't play with anymore, and we purged our kitchen.
I'm envious of your phase of life.
Oh,
we're not there yet.
I know, because you have a 4-year-old.
So into the toys.
I mean,
right
we still have toys, but but to your point, there's less.
Yeah,
it's becoming less. And now they know more what they want to play with. So the things that they're just not interested in anymore, I'm like, why is that sitting there?
Right.
We have a whole bin of LOL dolls.
Yeah.
That, we need to give to another girl who might love them.
Right. Oh my gosh. You're over LOL dolls.
She's over LOL dolls.
Oh my gosh. What a phase. I know.
They're so annoying. They're creepy. And they're little.
The creepy LOL
and
heads.
their little things, the little accessories are like everywhere. The heads pop off. It's just ready to move on from that phase.
It's a good phase to be done with.
It's a good phase to be done with. At least like the American Girl doll stuff is all... It's like quality. I don't know. It can be junky, but it's nice. It's not like the little junky things, I think. But anyway, so simplifying and like purging the house felt really good. It just feels like I feel lighter.
Yes. Yeah. I feel that way about putting away the Christmas decorations.
Yes, we did that too.
Like
yeah,
you just
or some of them.
it's so fun to put them out at the beginning, but then you like feel so cluttered and like
yes,
dusty.
Yeah. Just needs to move on. It's so funny how that happens overnight.
I know.
All of a sudden, you just want everything out.
Well, we were gonna wait till put our Christmas tree outside until after the till the weekend or whatever. It was like Thursday or something, and I was just looking at it and I was like, I'm gonna get that out of the house now. Yeah, I can't deal with it anymore. So I literally did it all. I took the decorations off. You did it all? I did the lights.
Did you take the tree out
I took the tree out.
No, you didn't.
I picked it out from the stand. I spilled water everywhere.
Oh my God,
there's like a huge puddle of water all over our carpet.
It's in that moment.
And then I carried it out, and Jake was the only boy with me, my only kid with me at the time, and he was 4. So I was like, Jake, just carry that side of the tree. We're going to go out together. And he helped me get it out the door.
Right. I cannot believe you did that on your own. I didn't know that.
I just needed to do it.
Yeah,
I couldn't look at it anymore.
Yeah. I'm really impressed that you did that.
Well, we don't have as big of a tree as you guys do, but it was,
still, it's not a small thing. It's a big job to take that down. Oh my God, Graham and I did ours together, but he spilled water everywhere too, though. But I can't believe you did that. That's well done. But I know that feeling when you're like, I just can't look at it one more minute.
Anymore.
Yeah, time to move on. So I think doing less, the social media, limiting that, and like trying to read more. But like, I think that we don't need to change much. No one does. It's like just come into the year and do one little thing or just feel refreshed.
You know what I felt this morning after our parents and us were on our family chat, like cheering each other on?
Yeah.
Find a group of people that are your cheerleaders.
Hype girls.
Hype girls. Yeah.
And hype dad.
And just like start, I don't know. So after my one son had a little bit of the stomach bug, he's a very moody kid. So he was like in a little bit of a downer because he didn't feel well. It's like, James, you got to start thinking about one thing that you like during the day. Like, start being positive.
Yeah.
Pick that one thing that you're excited about during that day. Or, like, at lacrosse practice, pick that one thing that you enjoy, that you thought you did really good at.
Yeah.
And I'm, like, this morning after our group text, I was like, okay, we're going to be all about cheerleading this year. Like, positivity, hype girls.
Hype girls. Let's be hype moms.
Yeah.
Is that a thing? Should we start a thing?
Hype moms.
For hype moms for our kids. I love that. I'm all about that. We're to start a thing.
I mean, then you don't have to really change. It's just thinking about changing the paradigm.
Yeah, changing the paradigm. Yep.
One of our previous episodes. Like, think about life a little bit more positively.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm really into that. And we can be that for our husbands.
Yeah.
Hype wives.
Hype wives.
It's like not trad wives. We're hype wives.
I like it.
I do too. Except that what do you do when you're in a bad mood? Like when I'm in a bad mood.
I don't know. Then you gotta hype yourself.
Is this the word now? Is it hype?
Oh my gosh, sorry.
I don't know. I'm kind of enjoying it.
I am too.
Moms. Okay. I'm into it. I think we all need that this year. I think that's good. It's really good. Okay. Anyway, so So let's talk about, any other resolutions. I think that was it, right?
That was it. I mean, you always have... I mean, I'm going to try to lose weight, not drink as much, and all that stuff.
Whatever.
It's like normal.
Well, it's just the holidays. It's so indulgent, right?
It is.
Like, you just kind of let the wheels come off and have fun and whatever. Like on Sunday, I think I ate a cheese plate and champagne.
And by yourself?
Yeah. By myself. I finally felt better after being sick, and we had friends over, and I was like, well,
here we go.
Come on. I can eat again.
Well, that's why I don't, like Graham, your husband was like, I want the stomach bug so I can lose weight.
Yeah.
And that's what happens.
I know. Then you overeat. Yeah, it doesn't work, guys. Don't get the stomach bug to lose weight. It does not work. It comes back full force, and then you're eating a cheese plate with your best friend on a Sunday.
That sounds awesome, though, with your hype girl.
Yeah, my hype girl. Yeah, she's a hype girl. Anyway, so, I think that's what we've got for our 2025 resolutions. Yeah. We should do it, assuming we're going to do this podcast all year, we should do a check-in on the resolution.
We should, in June.
In June. Mid-year check-in.
Oh, yeah, that's my 40th birthday, guys. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my gosh. We have 40. I can't believe that you turned 40 and Dudley Stevens turns 10 this year. That's crazy.
Big deal.
Yeah.
Big year.
Yeah.
2025.
40. That's crazy. It's exciting.
Kind of.
Before I turned 40, I went through like beauty. I feel like I didn't have well, it's not really a midlife crisis. But I like panicked and did all these beauty treatments before I turned 40.
I remember that.
Yeah. Like I did Invisalign. I started doing Botox. I feel like I did other things too.
Not an issue. For some reason, I always find myself surrounded by older people. Like, you're older than I am.
Yeah. Yeah, your good friends are all
older. So, like, by the time I get to this milestone, I'm like, been there, done that.
Yeah,
like,
right. Yeah. Well, and you had kids before I did. So, yeah.
So, turning 40, I don't know, I feel like that was me at 39.
Yeah.
I felt like,
right.
Oh, God.
You kind of felt that then. Yeah. Well, that's good.
So now
you're ready.
I'm hyping myself up now.
Yeah. I'll be your hype sis for 40.
Love it.
It kind of works at all.
It does.
Yeah. It's just good. But I think turning 40, like the minute I turned 40, nothing changed and everything was the same and I felt even better.
Yeah.
No, I think our 40s are a fun time.
I do too, because you know who you are.
Yeah.
I think
kids are older. Yeah. Still trying to figure it out. To quote great Derek Zoolander. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that out. But I think you do. I think we all do a little more. Also, we don't just care as much.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
I think that you just kind of lose your,
yes.
What's that called? When you care about what other people think.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a term. There is probably. I can't think of it right now. But
you're just happy with who you are.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's the way you are.
Yeah. And the kids are older and, I don't know, life shifts a little bit, I think, and it's good. I don't know. It's for the good, I think.
Yeah.
And there's another thing to be said, too, about, like, the kids getting older and turning 40 and feeling sad. Like, I get so sad sometimes when I look at older pictures of the kids and, like, they're so little or whatever. But then part of me is so happy to be in these next phases, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
we're in a good phase now.
Yeah. Like, I really want to try to soak it in until they're 12 and they don't want to hang out with us.
I know,
anymore.
Really.
Yeah.
It's true.
And that'll be really hard.
Over the break, Mom and Dad were like, JJ, he's 10, is at a very interesting age right now. Like, he loves to be with you guys, but soon he's going to start closing his bedroom door.
I don't know.
I'm like,
he's so little.
That.
I know. I just can't get over that.
I know.
But now they're saying, and I don't even know who I'm saying they are, but that it's starting younger. Like, middle school is more difficult than high school now. Like, those years are just, and I don't know why that is, but the kids just kind of get a little more standoffish and there's more drama during those years than there is in high school. I don't know.
Sense.
I don't know why. It's shifting younger, so we might be closer to that phase than we think. So I feel like we really need to soak it in. And then you went and had the third child, so you have that to fall back on.
Extending everything.
Well, you're extending, but you also have like that reassure that like you still have those phases coming up.
Yeah, I still have another year of preschool next year.
Yeah. Oh my God, which I can't believe. Well, Jakey. All right. Well, this has been fun. I think.
Wait. So what's dropping on Tuesday?
The Catalina jacket.
Right. So go buy the Catalina jacket,
guys. Buy that Catalina jacket, and you will thank me later.
Yeah.
We also have the Melrose pant, which we talked about earlier, which is the longer fitting black pant. Our Uptown blazer in cream, which is wonderful. And the cream blazer last year sold out really quickly, so definitely scoop that up if you're interested in a cream blazer. It's so chic and perfect for spring. Our Park Slope and Cream Terry fleece, which is always a top seller. And then our Greenpoint color block is dropping, which is like this diagonal cool color block that we'll start sneak peeking this week. And more Brighton boat necks.
Awesome.
So if you're an OG Dudley girl, you know the Brighton boat neck. So we're dropping that next week.
So exciting.
And I think that's about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else you want to talk about.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Yes, subscribe on all the things.
And like and whatever
and
the things
are. Because we're trying to grow, hopefully.
Yeah.
And always send us questions, because that helps us with topics to discuss and just what you guys enjoy listening to. And guest ideas. And we have a few guest ideas that are brewing for this year. But we're hoping to keep going with everything every week. So
yeah. And good luck with those resolutions. You guys can do it.
Yeah.
You can do it.
We'll be